Students, today I'm going to start chapter number 7, the living and the non-living thing. And what is living and what is non-living things? The things that we have, that we see around us in a moving condition, that they capable to move on self, they are living thing, while the things that are placed at one place and they are not able to move by their own self, so they are non-living things. So firstly, common feature of living and non-living. All living thing and non-living things have mass and they occupy space. Characteristics of living thing. In this chapter we will discuss about the characteristics of living and non-living thing, but mainly we discuss about the characteristics of living thing. All living things are made up of cells, such as wall. This wall is made up of bricks, such as these bricks are utilized here to make ball. In the same manner, our body is made up by the cells. So brick, and here in this wall, brick is the unit of construction, because by the joining of so many bricks, wall formation occurs. So brick is the unit of construction. Likewise, or in same manner, all living things are made up of tiny cells, such as our body is made up of tiny cells. So cell is the structural and functional unit of all living thing. Why we call cell as structural and fundamental unit of living thing? Because structural unit, as we have discussed here, that our whole body is made up from cells. So because our body is made up of cell, so cell is the structural unit of living thing. And cell, why is cell a functional unit of living thing? Because each cell takes part in carrying out various life process in our body. And what are the various life processes that are carried out by cells? Such as digestion, respiration, for surviving. There are so many processes are carried out in our body, such as digestion and respiration. So in each life process, in various kinds of life process, each cells takes part. So cell is the functional unit of living thing. Next is, on the basis of cells, an organism are divided into two parts, unicellular organism and multicellular organism. And we first here discuss about the unicellular organisms. And unicellular organism is also known as microscopic organism. Plant and animals consist of a single cell. They are called unicellular organism whose body is made up by the only single cell, or they contain only single cell, known as unicellular organism. And they are called as microscopic organism also, because they cannot be seen by naked eye. To see the unicellular organism, microscope is needed to see them. And what is microscope? The microscope is an apparatus through which we can see the things that cannot be possible to see them by naked eye. So microscope is the apparatus that magnify the things are kept on microscope to see them in a large view. Example of unicellular organism is amoeba and paramecium. Next is multicellular organism. Most of the plants and animals we see around us are made up of millions of cells. There are so many cells are utilized to form the body of multicellular organism, and they are called multicellular organisms. Next characteristics of living things is structural organization is found in living things. So firstly, you have to know about what is the meaning of structural organization. The process by which till now you have understood about that our whole body is made up by the cells. So in our body, cell is organized or cell is arranged in a particular way. So that is structural organization, means the process by which cells in multicellular organisms are organized or are arranged into specialized groups to perform specific functions. So this is structural organization. Like our whole body is made up by tiny cells, and these tiny cells are arranged into specialized group such as this group, and there are other groups like this manner. So cells are arranged in into specialized group, and this group are confined or are here to perform specific functions. So this is structural organization. Next is, by the structural organization, cells is arranged in a tissue, in an organ system, and our whole body, in our whole body, cells is arranged into specialized group, and that group may be tissue, organ system. So first is tissue, a group of similar cells that perform a particular function is called a tissue. Such as here are tiny cells, and these cells are here arranged in a one group, and this group perform a particular function. So this is tissue. And next is organ. What is organ? A group of tissue. This is about the tissue. This is the group of cells. But organ, what is organ? Organ is a group of tissue. So this here are one tissue, second and third. Here are total 3 tissue and group of tissue which work together. Here are 3 tissue, and this tissue works together to perform a particular function in the body is called an organ. Here are 3 groups, and each group is made up by the cells, as tissue is made up from similar types of cell, and that cell having a same shape and structure. So group of tissue work together to perform a particular function. An example of organ such as heart, eye. So this is organ, and you know that what is the function of heart and eye? Heart pumps blood to whole over the body, and eye works and eye helps us to see the things that is present around us. So this is the work of organ, and heart and eye perform a particular function. Next is organ system, a group of organs. And now what is organ system? In the same manner, tissue is the group of cells, organ is the group of tissue, and what is organ system? Group of organs we call organ system. A group of organs which performs a particular function in coordination with each other is called an organ system. What is the meaning of coordination? Coordination, and here the meaning of coordination, the organization of different things or people so that they work together. This is coordination. In the same way, the organization of organs in a particular group in which they work together. So this is coordination. This is organ system. An example of organ system: organs like mouth, stomach, esophagus, liver, intestine together form an organ system called the digestive system. Digestive system is an organ system. And what organs are here work together in organ system? The organ of digestive system, that is organ system, are mouth, stomach, esophagus, liver and intestine, and they are all organs work together, or we can say that they work together in coordination with each other. Their activities and their functions are controlled by each other. So what we have discussed here about the structural organization in our body, that our whole body is made up by the cells, and cell is organized in a specialized groups, and that groups may be tissue, organs and organ systems. So here is cell. Cell is the structural and fundamental unit of our life, and by the joining of cells tissue is made up, and by the joining of tissue or by the and a group of tissue make organ, or a group of tissue work together to perform a particular function and make organ. So here are 2 or 3 group of tissue make organ. So this is organ, and this is our stomach that is present in digestive system, and a group of organ make organ system, such as here are the organs of digestive system. So group of organs is a group of organ makes organ system, and this is our digestive system. Here esophagus, this is pipe like tube esophagus, and this is stomach, and this is pancreas, and this is liver, this is small intestine, and this is large intestine. So you are seeing here that how does organs grouped together to form a organ system. So this is a structural organization in human beings. Now let we discuss about the next characteristics of living thing. Till now we have discussed that first point about the characteristics of living thing, that all living things are made up of cells, and in second point we have discussed that how cell is organized in our body in a particular group to specialize a particular to perform a specific function. And next characteristics is living thing move. This is a common feature, and we generally see that all living things move. So all things or all living things show movement. And what is locomotion? Animals move from one place to another in search of food and shelter, and also to escape from their enemies. So this movement is called animals, and locomotion are seen by animals. Plants do not move from one place to another. Plants can only move their certain body parts like leaves. So the movement of plant is different from the movement of animals. And some non-living things also show movement, but their movement is different from living things. Some non-living things like clocks, cars also move, and their movement occurs due to some external energy that is provided to them for the movement of these non-living things. And next characteristics is living things need food. You know that all living things require food to get energy, and because of the energy our life survive. So energy is required to perform various activities like running and reading. So food gives us energy and helps in growth and repair process of body. The food provide energy as well as they helps in growth and repairing process of our body. So all living things need food. And autotrophs and heterotrophs. Here are two types of animals on the basis that how does the animals fulfill their food requirements. So for autotrophs and heterotrophs. Autotrophs means organisms that prepare their own food by taking in carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll by the process of photosynthesis are called autotrophs. That plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So organisms are here green plants. Green plants make their own food by the process of photosynthesis, and for the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide, water and sunlight and chlorophyll is required. And what is chlorophyll? The green pigment that is present on the surface of leaf, that is chlorophyll. So 4 material are here required by the plants to prepare their food. through photosynthesis. And next type of animal, heterotrophs, and heterotrophs depend on other organism for their food. So and all animals get their foods from plants and other animals, so they are called heterotrophs, like cows, deer and rabbits. So in this video we have discussed about the 4 characteristics of living things, and try to solve your questions given in your worksheet. Thank you.